Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of creativity. I have got a really cute Christmas project to share with you today. We're going to be making a little Christmas stocking out of our designer series paper. You can also use cardstock for this, but once you see it, I think you'll want to do it out of designer series paper because we can make them really, really pretty. So I'm excited to share this with you. I am very excited that we are coming up to Christmas. So today is Monday the 16th of December, and today will be my last Facebook Live for the year because then I'm going to be having a little break after the end of this week. And I do go live on Mondays. So by next Monday, I'll be on my leave. So I am all Christmassy. I've got my Christmas headband, my Christmas earrings. I've got some of my Christmas brooches and I've got my Christmas Winnie the Pooh t-shirt. There he is. So I thought I would get dressed up all Christmassy today for you. And just have a fun crafting session with you. Now, I do have a meeting to get to at 6 o'clock. So I need to make sure that we get onto this project quickly so that I can be finished and ready for my meeting. I have set my alarm so that I will remember. And so that should be all good. Now, I've just got to plug in my phone so that we don't lose power. All right, so while everyone is jumping on, I'm going to bring this live stream up on my other devices so that I can see all of your comments there. So as you are joining me, say hi, let me know that you are here. And if this is your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from. Okay, so I've got that ready on my iPad and I will bring that up on my computer as well. We'll just mute that one over there. Don't know if that muted just then. Yes, it did. Good. Okay, great. So everything is set up. All right. So if you're watching live with me today, you'll see the red live button up in the top left-hand corner. If you don't see that red live button, then you are watching the replay. And if you're watching over on YouTube later on, then you'll definitely be watching the replay because I upload all of my videos after I finish filming on Facebook over to my YouTube channel. So thank you all, everyone who is joining me live today. Thank you for all of those who are watching the replay. I really appreciate your support and I hope that you really enjoyed this video today. Now, I will be putting this project and the template up on my blog later this week. I'll make sure that I get that up before I go on holidays so that if you want to create these little Christmas stockings, then you'll be able to as well. And then you can create them in whatever size. It doesn't have to be the same size as what I use. So some quick Stampin' Up news before we jump into our crafting. Remember that we have got the last chance products that are available at the moment in the specials section. You'll find them. There are lots of products that are retiring that you'll find there, and quite a lot of them have actually got amazing reductions on them, so you can grab a discount if you wanted to do some shopping before Christmas. So check those out for sure. We've also got the special release designer series paper, and you'll find that under, good question actually, Mandy, where do we find that? It's probably under what's new. What's new? Let's see, I'm just checking on my website. Yep, under what's new, new arrivals, you'll find the special release designer series paper. There's 3 different designer series papers that have been recolored and renamed from previous popular designer series papers we've had in the past. They are only available while supplies last, as are the last chance products, only available while supplies last. Okay, so be sure to check those out, and if you love them, grab them while you can, otherwise they will be gone for good. And I just wanted to let you know that I have got the Crafty Collaborations December tutorial bundle available right now. So anyone who shops with me and spends over $75 will receive this for free as my thank you gift to you for shopping with me. And if you are, if you have your own demonstrator, or perhaps you are a demonstrator yourself, you can actually purchase these monthly tutorials from me for $28. That's Australian dollars, and you can purchase these from me from wherever you are in the world, because they are a PDF document, so I can send them all around the world. So if you are watching from overseas and you would like to get your hands on this or any of the previous tutorial bundles, then definitely let me know. Now, I do still need to update my blog with some of the previous ones. I think the last couple of months worth of those tutorial bundles, but we do have a new one every month. Just have a quick look there to see what I've got on there. So if you go to my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and then if you click on tutorial bundles at the top in the menu, I've got up until August on there at the moment, but I also do have the other months right up to December available as well if you wanted to check those out. So using current product that has been available at the time of those tutorials being published. So yeah, and I'm just going to write myself a little note to get those updated by the end of the week before I go on holidays, because I meant to do it last week and last week is just a blur. Update blog with tutorial bundles, and I will endeavor to get that done this week so that you can go and check those out if there was any of those that you might like to purchase. If you're wanting to do some Christmas craft over the holiday, I mean not Christmas craft, if you're wanting to do some crafting over the holiday period, they might be a great place to start. Get some of those fantastic tutorials. All right. Hi Rose, how are you today? Lovely to have you here. So I am going to move all of my notes over to the side. There we go. I hope you're all going really well with all your Christmas crafts, getting all of those cards ready to send out. Hopefully you've already got yours sent out. I'm still running a little bit late. I had to make a dash to the post office today to get some happy mail in the mail, some happy Christmas mail in the post, because I believe that today is the deadline to ensure that your letters and cards get to their destination before Christmas. I think in New South Wales, I think the interstate ones had to be in by last Friday. Yes, that's correct. So some of mine might be a little bit late. But yeah, so getting all of those ready. I've still got lots to go out though, so some are going to be a little bit late, I think. But you never know, they might still get there in time. Hey Danielle, how are you? Great to have you here with us today. All right, well, I want to jump in straight away to this project to show you what we are creating, because as I said, I do have a meeting today at 6 o'clock, so I need to make sure that I am off in time to then jump into that meeting. Now, if there's anything that I can help you with, if you've got any questions regarding products or you need help with ordering, if you need help navigating to my any of my other platforms, my YouTube, my Pinterest, my blog, feel free to let me know. And remember too that if you are not yet subscribed to my newsletter, that is the best place to keep up to date with all of the latest Stampin' Up! News. So what I'm going to do is, before we jump into the project, is I'm just going to put all of my links in the comment so that you can grab those from there. Now let me just find them. Where are we? Here we are here. You can find all of them here. I'll pop those in the comments, and specifically my newsletter one, I'll just put that in separately. Sorry, I'm squinting. I haven't got my glasses on and the computer is like a distance away. So I'm going to pop that here in the comments as well. so that if you haven't yet subscribed to my newsletter, you can do that, and that'll keep you up to date with what is happening, because there's been lots happening this month. And that newsletter comes out weekly, most weeks. Every so often I miss one if I'm away or something. Oh, I can't spell either. Hang on a minute. Okay, there we go. I'll pop that there for you as well. All right, so you can jump into those anytime you need to navigate to anywhere. Danielle says, I'm going, well, not long now till you have the baby. Oh, how exciting. So what's your due date, Danielle? Are you due over the Christmas, New Year sort of period? It must be coming up pretty close. Hey, Janelle, lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining us. All right. Okay, so keep chatting with me, keep chatting with each other while we're crafting, but I love to hear from you, but I do want to jump in quickly to this project today because, as I said, yeah, I've got somewhere else I need to be at 6 o'clock, so I need to, the 11th of January, so early in the new year. Oh, how exciting! I can't wait to hear all about it. I'm sure I will hear from your sister when you have the baby, Danielle, and not sure, you know, I know a lot of people are very private about putting photos of their babies up on social media and things, which I totally understand, but yeah, maybe your sister will send one to me privately that I can just see a photo of your beautiful baby. Oh, so exciting. All right, well, I'm going to tip the camera down onto the desk. Keep chatting with me, and I look forward to sharing with you these beautiful Christmas stockings. So here we go. I'm going to show you and tell you all about it once I tip the camera down. All right, here we go. All right, so we'll do a little flippity flip, and I'll adjust my camera. Let's hope that it plays happy today. Last week it wanted to keep falling, but I hope that it behaves itself today. Tighten everything up. Bear with me while I just get this all tightened up. I want to make sure they get it nice and tight today. I think sometimes I think my stand is starting to wear out a little bit. I've been using this one for many years, and sometimes some of the connections, they get a little bit loose. There we go. And I think at some point I'll probably have to replace it, but trying to hold out as long as possible. Oh, exciting news too. I did buy a new background, and that just got delivered last week, but I haven't put it on yet. I thought I'd wait until the new year to replace this old one, because this one's very marked and yucky and mucky and bubbly and things. So, but yeah, in the new year, I will replace that. So we'll have a nice new background there. Because this isn't actually my desktop. My desktop is kind of like a yellow. It's gone quite yellowy wood, like an orangey yellowy kind of timber that's been yeah, painted, varnished, whatever, but this is a much nicer background. All right, now if you are looking for any of the products that I'm using today, because I am going to be using some current products, I may be using one retired stamp set just for a little sentiment, but I'm not sure. It depends on what's going to fit and what's going to work. But the majority of the products I'm using today are current. So you can find them in my online store, and you can get to that two ways, either via my blog or via my Stampin' Up website, and then just click on the shop button at the top on both of those sites. It's at the top. And then this is my December host code. So if you are shopping with me, be sure to use this host code. And if your order is over $75, then you will receive that tutorial bundle as a thank you gift, as I mentioned. Hey, Glenda, how are you? Glenda, thank you so much for your beautiful Christmas card that I received last week. I meant to message you privately. To be honest, I can't remember if I ended up messaging you or not. I feel like I didn't. The last few days has kind of been a blur, but thank you so much. It was so kind of you, and it was really beautiful. So I very much appreciate it. yeah, it's really lovely. I love getting all of that beautiful happy mail in the mail. It's always lovely to receive beautiful cards from people. All right, now I'm going to show you some of these Christmas stockings that I have created in the past. And this is what we're going to be making today. Now, these ones I created many years ago, and I've been using them every year for my kids to put yummy little treats in each year and put under the Christmas tree. So these are not using Stampin' Up products because I made these many years ago before I was with Stampin' Up. So please don't ask me about these particular products because they are years old. But these are the cute little Christmas stockings. Now they're a great little size for some sweet treats. I used to put things in there like, now the kids are a bit older, so I've changed it up a little bit, but I used to put things in there like the mini M&M tubes and some Chupa Chups or lollipops, some Christmas chocolates, things that are wrapped because it is made of cardstock, so things that are wrapped. At the moment, I've just got these stuffed full with tissue paper just to keep their shape while they're in storage because I pull them out every year. So I'm going to show you how to make this today, and I'm going to be putting the pattern up on my blog as well. So it's got a couple of little tags here. We've got some embellishment here. We've got this lovely little scalloped top, and we've got the heel and the toe as well, also on the front. You'll see the heel and the toe, and then it's all threaded together with ribbon. So yeah, it's really beautiful. So I hope that you enjoy it. Now you'll have to bear with me because it's been many years since I created these. Now I've got four different ones actually. So this is the second one. This is Amber's one. This one is Brooke's one. This one is Amber's one. Let's put them in age order. So Amber's one's got some different tags, and we've got some blingy bling on there. And then we've got Jake's one. This is actually my favorite one. I love the colors of this one. So we've got Jake's one. So we're going to be doing one in similar colorations to Jake's one today, actually using current Stampin' Up product. And then this one I made a few years ago. I made this one more recently. This was actually using Stampin' Up products, this one. You might recognize some of these the designer series paper. We had these sequins at one stage. We had these little stamps which worked out perfectly, and we've got the cloud punch there, which retired not that long ago. But this one was actually using designer series paper. And I made this one for the Christmas catalogue launch a few years ago. So this one was actually Stampin' Up products, but they're all retired now. But you might recognize this ribbon as well. I loved this ribbon. That was gorgeous ribbon. Now, all of these other ones, they are using patterned papers on both the front and the back. Whereas when I made this one, I seem to remember I didn't have enough designer series paper to do the front and back. So what I did, and this is an option that you can do as well, is I did designer series paper for the front, and then the back is just cardstock, because you only really see the front, depending on how you're displaying them, I suppose. So that's an option for you as well if you find you don't have enough designer series paper. You do need a full sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper to make these. They are really cute, aren't they, Laurie? And it's so great to see you and have you here with us all the way from Ohio. Haven't seen you here live for quite a while, so it's lovely to have you with us today, Laurie. Yes, Glenda. Oh, thank you. Yes, it did get here in time. Got here in beautiful timing, actually. So, yeah, you did very well getting your Christmas cards in the mail on time. So mine are running a little bit late. I did do a load today, but I've got more to do. So anyway, so this is what we're going to make. I've got them all stuffed with the tissue paper just to hold their shape. But I'm going to show you how to create them. All right. Now, as I said, I'm a bit rusty because it's been years since I've made them. So we're going to be using the Season of Green and Gold designer series paper. But you can use any designer series paper you want. I'm just kind of wanting to use something that's in a similar color scheme to the ones I've made before. And as I said, Jake's one was my favorite color tone. So this paper is kind of the same. And we've got the gold tones in here as well, which is perfect. We've got the little bells, which I've already die cut some of those for some other projects, and I had some left over and I thought, perfect, I can use one of them today. So this is the piece of paper that I have chosen to use. Isn't that just stunning? This is going to make such a beautiful Christmas stocking. All right, now I have this template here. So this is a template that I got many years ago online somewhere or other, and it's one that I have kept and used over and over. So there's a few pieces. So we've got the stocking itself, and we need to cut two of those, one in this orientation and one back to front for the back. And then we've got and yes, we need two of those, each of those as well. So we'll just put those to the side because we're going to do those in a moment. We're going to need a pencil, an eraser, and if you've still got one of the old, I think it was 1/8 of an inch hole punch. Now this is an old Stampin' Up one. It has retired now, but I know that you can still purchase these like in Office Works, probably Spotlight, anywhere like that that sells punches. So it's 1/8 of an inch, and that'll be the right size for the holes. Okay. All right. I'm going to need my glasses today for this one. So what we're going to do is we are going to trace these first. You'll also need some paper snips, because of course we've got to cut out the stocking. So I'm going to trace this on the front side. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky to see because the paper is very busy. So I'm just going to start up the top here, and we're going to trace all around. Now I've just got this printed on cardstock. You could print it, if you want to keep a strong template, you could print it onto perhaps some craft cardstock, or you might want to use thick cardstock or chipboard. Chipboard is what I was thinking of. Now we've outlined the actual stocking, but we also need to go around and outline all of the holes that we're going to punch, because they need to be spaced evenly like this on both the front and the back. So make sure that you punch those out. So we're going to go around. You do need a lot of ribbon for this as well. Oops, I think I just moved that. Yep, I'll just move that back again. You do need a lot of ribbon for this. Which circle did I get up to? This one down here. We'll get to that, but you do need a fine ribbon. So I'm using 1/8 of an inch. I think it's 1/8 of an inch. Yes, 1/8 of an inch ribbon. So that's one of the fine ones. And I'm using the gold from the gold and silver pack. But you need about... what was it? You need 60 inches of ribbon, which is 152.4 centimeters. So you do need a lot of ribbon. Now, before I remove that, I'm just going to double check. And we do have a fold line here. So I'm going to fold that back, and I'm just going to do a pencil line across there so that I know where I've got to fold that. And I'm just checking to make sure I've got all of my circles outlined. Can I see them is the question, to make sure that we punch those holes in the right spot. I'm just going to go over them a bit heavier because this paper is very busy, and with the gold foil on there as well, makes it a little bit harder to see. Now let's see. Oh yeah, I can see those ones up there. Can't see that one. Okay, that's good. All right, so we've got that one. Now we're going to turn it over back to front, and we're going to do one on the other side as well. Now, if you wanted to, no, I think we're just going to go that way because I do need some pieces. I need some spaces as well for some heels and toes. So just make sure that you're not overlapping the other template. Okay, we're going to do the same on this side. So this is going to be the back panel, or the back part of the stocking. Trying to press quite firmly with my pencil this time so that I can see, whoops, so that I can see the design. Trying to hold that in place so that it doesn't move while I am tracing. So let's see. Make sure I can see that. Oops, that slid. Okay, let's line that back up again. Let's line that back up. With the gold foil on this cut, on this DSP, it does make it just that little bit more slippery as well. So you could probably, if you had some repositionable tape, you probably could tape it down in place, just tacking it down lightly, but you wouldn't want to put anything too sticky because you wouldn't want to rip your designer series paper. Oops. I'm drawing on the, lucky we're using lead pencil. Okay, so we'll go over those circles again. Need a bit more lead in my pencil. So yeah, so these ones I've used for many years for my kids under the tree. So for my 3 kids and for myself. I never made one for my husband because he's not really one for eating sweets. He doesn't eat a lot of sweets, and if he does, he just likes white chocolate or the caramel chocolate. He doesn't really like lollies. So it was more sort of for the kids and myself, but now at the moment I'm being very good with my eating because I'm trying to lower my cholesterol. So I haven't been eating any sweet treats, but I might splurge a little bit on Christmas Day. So, well, on our Christmas celebration, which is actually going to be Christmas Eve. All right, so we'll fold that back, and I'm going to draw that line across there again. There we go. Just make sure I can see all of those circles. Some of these ones I can't see, where the pattern is a bit more detailed. Just checking all of these ones. Doesn't matter how heavy you go with these circles because we're going to be punching them out anyway. So it's better to go a bit darker with them so that you can see where you're punching them, to make sure that all the holes are going to line up on the front and the back. There we go, that's better. I actually did a better job with tracing the back than I did with the front because the front is still a little bit light. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put this back on here because I feel like down towards the toe, it's hard to see the pattern, and I want to make sure that I get that lined up properly because, you know, we don't want to muck up the front. It doesn't matter so much about the back, but we don't want to muck up the front part. So just lining this all back up, and I'm just going to go over the pattern down here on the toe a bit darker. So how's everyone else's preparations for Christmas going? I've heard from some people that have said that they have already finished all their Christmas shopping, and I'm very impressed. That's amazing. Some have already sent out all of their Christmas cards, which is awesome. And some are doing some last minute gift packaging and things. So how's everybody else going? And tell me, do any of you like play, how do you spend your Christmas day? Like, do you play after you've had your Christmas meal with your family? Do you play games? Do you just spend time just sitting and chatting? Do you watch Christmas movies together or just listen to Christmas music? Like, what do you do on your Christmas day or your Christmas celebration with your family? There we go. Okay. All right, good. So we've got those, and then the heel and the toe is going to be cut out of the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, actually we need to, I might cut these out first, and then I'll do these on the other side, which will be much easier to see. So let's start near the edge. All right, we're going to start up here. Now, as you're cutting, these are great scissors, by the way, the paper snips. They're really, really sharp. Unless, like me, you've had yours for a really long time and you've used them so much that they're starting to get blunt. They do need to be replaced every so often, but I probably only replace mine about once every, oh, I don't know, 6 months. But I'm using them like basically almost every day for lots and lots of things. If you are a little bit rougher with your cutting, it won't matter too much because you are going to be threading the ribbon around the edges. So that will hide any little flaws. So we're going to go around those scallops now. Just trying to see where my scallop goes down here. Oh, it goes to there. Okay. It is a little bit hard to see the pencil marks on this particular paper. But we only want to do it in pencil because we're going to rub those pencil lines out once we're done, to just ensure that, you know, they're not left behind. There we go. Okay, so that's the front. Now I'm just going to tidy up this little bit here on the curve there of the foot. So these also make, I mean, I put these under the Christmas tree for the kids, but they make great, they would make great little table gifts as well. You could have them on the table. You could put your family's names on them. Yeah, there's so much that you can do with them. But they do make great little, just an extra little something under the tree just to put some little special goodies in. You could put, if you're not putting sweet treats in there, you could put like gift cards in there. Any other small sort of gift could go in these. You do get quite a bit of room in there. I used to always try and buy some like novelty type chocolates or, you know, treats for the kids, and I used to fill them with those. Okay, so that's the first one. We won't cut the we won't punch the holes just yet. We'll do this second one here. I might actually start down here. We'll go down this way. Sorry if I'm going a little bit off camera. I'm trying to hold this in the light so that the light is showing me where the pencil line is because it's really hard to see on this DSP. When I went out to the post office today, it was really, really hot and humid. It was 38 degrees, the car was telling me. So it wasn't really a nice day to be outside, but I only quickly raced up to the post office, popped my mail in the letterbox, and then went straight back to the car. So thankfully the car didn't have a chance to heat up, which was good. Just trying to see where that line is. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of that. All right, so we'll come back to here. We'll end up, look, we've got like a T, funny shaped T. We'll come back to that to cut out the heel and toe. Now I'm just trying to see where my scallop is here for the, oh, there it is. So yeah, it does depend on your designer series paper as to how hard it is to see your pattern. I've just chosen one that's particularly difficult to see the pattern, or the pencil line, I should say, from the template. Okay, so let's see if there's any bits that need fixing up, trimming up, neatening up. There we go. Just here a bit with the foot, the arch of the foot. And I think the rest looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Yep, okay. So that's going to be the front. That's going to go on the back. So you'll see we'll have the same pattern on the front and the back. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll cut, we're coming back to punching the holes. We're going to cut the heel and the toe. We're going to turn it over. So we're going to use the opposite side to do the heel and the toe because this is the coordinating side. And I'm going to try and use up these sort of off-cut weird shaped bits to try and, you know, use up that paper. Just trying to see how best this will fit on. I think it will be best the way that I had it. So we need 2 of each because we need one for the front, one for the back of each of these. Whoops. So that's the toe. That's the heel. There we go, and we'll do the same on the other side so we use up that other odd shaped bit over here. So we've got our daughter-in-law now in the family, so I needed an extra one of these so that she has one as well. Hence why I am making this today with you, but also too, I thought this was a great project to share with everybody because it's one that I don't think I've shared this on a Facebook Live before. And I thought it's a really great one to create. All right, so then we've got that piece of DSP that we can still use for other projects. All right, now we'll cut these out. I'll just separate those two. My tracing was a little bit rough there, but that's okay. We're going to do a little bit of inking on these before we adhere them. And then with the tags, like to decorate them, like you can really decorate these however you like. Yeah, there's lots of different ways, of course, you can decorate them. You're all paper crafters, so you're all good at those sorts of things. But I'm kind of going to keep the decorating in a similar theme to my other ones, so that, you know, it's similar and not too different. Okay, so we'll do this one here. Oh, we've got a few more people jumping on here. Hey, Athena, how are you? You're listening to me in the background while you work. Oh, awesome. It's lovely to have you here. And Glenda is saying, hi, Sharon. Did I miss Sharon? I didn't see Sharon jump on there. Oh, Briar just jumped on. Hi, Briar. How are you? Great to have you here. We are making some cute little Christmas stockings. And at the moment, I'm just cutting the heel and toe portion. We need one for the front and one for the back of each of those. At the beginning of the video, I did show the other ones that I've made previously, and I was telling everybody that I made them many years ago, and we still use them every Christmas. Just to put little, I use them to put little sweet treats in for my kids, even though they're adults. they still love receiving their sweet treats. All right, so let's rub out the pencil marks on these ones. Now these particularly are going to stand out, of course, on the lighter color. So we'll rub those out. Somebody asked me the other day in one of my videos where I get my little erasers from. These ones I've had for years. I keep my pins in there that I use to clear my glue out when my glue gets stuck in the what do you call it? In the pointy part. In the nib. The nib? Is that what you call it? Yeah, anyway. But these little ones, I usually get all of my stationery either from Officeworks, or yeah, usually Officeworks. Sometimes some of these erasers you can find them in like just the grocery store. We shop mainly at Woolworths. But yeah, typically most of my stationery I get from Officeworks, which is our local stationery store for any of you watching from overseas. Officeworks is a big one here in Australia, and they're sort of everywhere, all over the country. And that is, we've got a local one, so that's typically where I get my stationery from. They've got everything. But yeah, these ones are a nice soft one. They're Maped brand. Maped, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it says Mini Softy. But they have them in a larger one as well. I've got a couple of different sizes in these ones, but they're a good eraser. They're a nice soft eraser, and they work really, really well. All right, now while I've got all those shavings there, oh no, I'm not going to rub out the ones off my stockings yet because we need to punch all those holes. Okay, so I'm going to go around with my 1/8 of an inch hole punch. This is my old Stampin' Up one that has retired, and I'm going to punch all of those holes. Now again, I know that 1/8 of an inch hole punches are usually still available at either your local stationery store or your haberdashery store. We have Spotlight. I know that they often have things like that. Now you want to make sure that you take your time to punch these and go around and punch them all on the marks that you've created from the template, because we want them to line up. Yep, that's there. because we're going to be threading some ribbon through these. Hey Dimity, how are you? Great to have you with us today. How's the weather up there up north today? It's very hot down here, so I'm imagining it would be getting pretty hot up there too this time of year. Not sure how many holes there are. Is anyone counting? There's a lot, because we're going to thread ribbon through these. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves as well while I am punching, because I've got to watch what I'm doing, so I can't keep looking up at the comments while I do this. This bit needs to be fairly accurate, as best as we can be anyway. So is anybody creating anything else special for Christmas as gifts or table favors or anything like that? Name places, name cards. Do you have set places at your table for Christmas? We usually do have, we've got table places that we have because when we used to have Christmas lunches or Christmas dinners with John's, my husband's family, his mum used to always go all out for Christmas, and she used to have beautiful table settings. Oh, I can barely see this one. Oh, there it is. Beautiful table settings and things for us, and she would always have place cards for us at the table, which was very fancy, whereas my family was a complete opposite. When we used to get together with my extended family when Mum was still in Sydney many years ago, it was like just a free-for-all. You grabbed the food and you sat wherever. And half the time you were sitting on the lounge or on the floor to eat, because, you know, there wasn't as much space in my mum's place, because she was only in a little villa. I'm talking about, like, you know, as the kids grew up and once we got married and stuff. So there was lots of us, and often there'd be friends there as well, or other extended family members and things. But anyway, John's mum's family dinners were a little bit more sort of formal, like sit down around the table. And yeah, so we just took on that from her and had the little place cards. So now every year we have the place cards, and Amber is always in charge of decorating the table. She does a beautiful what do you call it, centerpiece of the table. Well, the whole table usually looks beautiful. She always does a great job setting the table, and she always does something different in the center. She's very creative, and so she always creates something beautiful for the center of the table, so it always looks pretty as well. But what do you all do? Is yours pretty laid back, informal, or do you have like a formal sit down dinner for your Christmas? I'd love to know what you each do, because everybody celebrates in a different way. So share with us in the comments. Rose said, I made 12 of your table favors to put on the lunch table. Oh, that's awesome. Is that from the little boxes that I shared last week, Rose? Was it the mini ones of those that you made? That's really great. I'm glad that some of the things that I've been sharing have been helpful for you all, because that's my aim, is to not only share my love of creativity, but also encourage you in your creativity as well. Yes. Oh, you did make some of those, Rose. That's awesome. I'm so glad. You'll have to send me a photo after Christmas of your table and how it all looked. I'd love to see them. They would look great, I'm sure. Oh, that's so good. What are you going to put in them? Have you decided yet what you're going to put inside them? They're only tiny, so they only fit like something quite little in them. Just emptying out my hole puncher. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to fold. Actually, you know what? I'm going to burnish that first. I'm going to take my oh, hang on a minute. Yes, that's correct. That's the front. That's the front. That's the back. Let's go that way. I'm going to take my small metal ruler and I'm going to grab my stylus for my take your pick tool, just to make that crease a little bit easier. You can see I've got lots of spare putty heads and I've got lots of spare styluses, and I've got my extra tools in my beautiful little box that had been created for me. All right, so I'm going to swap out my pokey tool with my, I think I'll use the smaller one. The stylus has two different sizes of stylus balls on there. I'm just going to use the smallest one, and I've got my pencil mark there, so I'm just going to score along that pencil mark just so we get a nicer, crisper fold. There we go. And I'm going to burnish that with my did I do that properly? Did I do that in the right spot? I feel like those holes aren't lining up quite properly. I hope I did that in the right spot. That's right. We can always tweak it if we need to. Let's do that again. Okay, and I'll do this one as well. So we're folding, the top of the Christmas stocking is going to be the opposite side of the paper, which is going to coordinate with the heel and toe sections as well. Okay, move that away, fold that over. Yep, doesn't quite line up with the, okay, we could re-manipulate that to make that line up. And this one doesn't line up. Why aren't these lining up properly? See, I told you it's been a long time since I've made these. That's all right. We might need to re-punch the ones on that side, these ones, to put that ribbon through. But that's okay. We can do that. I might just do that. I'll just check this one first before I do that. Yep, so these two line up. The two on the back of the stocking don't line up. So let me just check this one. Yeah, I think I just re-punched them. So I'll just do that. It's probably something to do with the fold. So I'll just re-punch those through that top hole, but these two line up, so they're okay. Yep, so I've got those two lining up. I'll just re-punch these two. And this one. There we go. Okay, good. All right, now we're going to rub out all of those pencil marks now. Now this one under here, it doesn't really matter because you are going to be folding that over. So you're not going to really see those under there. So if you want to save yourself a bit of time, you don't have to worry about those ones, but I am going to rub out these ones. Look, they probably wouldn't really be seen because we're going to be threading the ribbon around there, but I just want to, I'm just going to slide this up a little bit. I just want to make sure Rose said, because we change the house each year, you never know what it will be like. Oh, awesome. I put Ferrero Rocher chocolates in them. Oh, perfect. Yes, they would be perfect in them. Oh, that's so cool. I'm very excited that that you used those, Rose. That's awesome. So you change your Christmas decorations every year for Christmas? That's exciting. I love that. I've been wanting to change mine for years, but my daughter, who has now moved to Queensland, never wanted me to change it. She's like, no, it's got to be the same. But now she's moved out. I mean, she is coming home for Christmas, but she's moved out and she's got her own Christmas tree and her own decorations in her own home now. So I said to her, well, now that you've done that, have I got permission now to change ours? And she's like, yes, you do. I'm like, oh, finally. Isn't it funny? We need our children's permission to do these things. Because, you know, it's all about the tradition. Oh, she's funny. But, yeah, so I think maybe in the sales after Christmas, we might grab some bargains and buy some new things for next year. But I haven't really had a chance to think about it this year. This year's just been crazy. And we kind of lost all of November with Amber being away, and then we went away, and yeah, we lost most of November. So I feel a bit behind the 8 ball this year, to be honest. Is anybody else feeling like that? Sorry, I'm just clearing all this muck off my desk from that eraser. Does anybody else feel like that? That they're just... Oh, we are going to ink these. We'll do that first. Has the year just gone really fast for you all as well? I feel like it's just... Christmas is already here and it's too quick. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of Old Olive. Oh, I see what you mean, Rose. You go to a different house each year. Family members all take turns having lunch. Ah, got it. Well, that's fun. And that's great that everybody shares the load, so it's not always on the same person every year. That's great. Sadly, I don't get to see my side of the family usually for Christmas now because, well, Mum's gone. She's passed, but my sister lives in Queensland, but she's usually visiting her family on Christmas because they don't all live locally. And then there's only really my sister and I now, but yeah, she lives far away. So, and then John's family, they also live far away. He's got one brother in Sydney, but he normally goes away to visit his family that are in the country. And his sister is hours away. She doesn't live locally. So, yeah, so it's usually just us now, which we used to catch up with everybody more when our mums were around, I think, when our mum and well, John's parents and my mum. But yeah, it's sort of sad that we don't get to see the extended family anymore. But that's how things go. Families move away, and yeah, one of my brothers is up in Queensland, so we don't get to see him because he's a long way away. But yeah, and a lot of my extended family are down in country Victoria. Oh, they're everywhere. I've got them in Victoria, Tasmania, South Australia, and Queensland. So yeah, they're everywhere. They're spread out everywhere. So it's very hard to catch up with everybody, but that's okay. All right, so that's the back, that's the front. All right, so we've got a little bit of inking here now on our heel and toe, and I've got to remember which one is which. The large one is the toe. Got to remember which way that goes. That's right, that way. And the small one is the heel. Now it'll fit, you'll work out which way it goes because one way it's going to fit better than the other way. like that. Oh, this one's going to be so cute. So cute. Once I have them lined up properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to adhere these on there, and then we're going to go and punch those holes again where the heel and toe are. Sorry, I'm off camera. There we go. I'll move those up there. You know why? I've just realized my camera has dropped again. Oh, what is going on with this thing? It's just not holding. Hang on one sec. Let me just see. It's just not holding lately. I've got everything done up so tight. Sorry, everybody. I'm bumping the camera. I'm trying to get it. Yeah, it's falling. I need something to prop up under it to hold it in place, but it's not, because it's not staying. Hang on, I'll just take it up a little bit higher just to move the camera frame out a little bit. Sorry, it dropped as I was doing all of that and I didn't realize, so I was working off camera. There we go. I'll just move that back into frame so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right, can you see that now? All right, so we've got the heel and the toe. And as I was saying, but you couldn't see what I was doing, is they are going to fit, they're a particular shape. So they're going to fit one way, but not the other way. So see how that doesn't fit if I turned it up that way? So when you're looking at the template, you'll, yeah, you'll kind of work out which way it sort of sits in there. And you'll get it at the right angle because it's cut to a specific shape of the toe. Now, if you find that it just goes out a little bit, you can always come back in and trim it. Okay, so it just depends on the angle that you place it on your toe. So yeah, I think these ones are pretty much at, yeah, that kind of angle on the toe. I kind of like it a bit back this way though, I think. So this is the front. Let's have a look on the front one. I'll get that at the right angle there. Let's have a look at the angle compared to that one. See, this one I've got it twisted around a bit more that way. Doesn't really matter. You can put it wherever you like it to kind of sit. I'm going to use a little bit of what will I use? I think I'm just going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal to pop that on there. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to use liquid glue because I want to be able to position that. Sorry, everyone. Shout out if my camera moves again and goes and I'm working out of shot because I might not. Oh, thanks, Dimity. You did. I just saw your comment there that you couldn't see it because I was working, yeah, because the camera slipped. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there like that. It's going off a little bit there, but I'm going to trim that. And then the heel, no, I think it goes that way. The heel goes that way. So with the heel, there's a narrower sort of arc on this side and a fuller arc on the inside, if that makes sense. Yeah, if I go off camera again, if out of screenshot, I should say, yell out so that I know. All right, and then this one goes here in the heel, like that. Okay, and then we'll do the opposite one. So for the toe, the more rounded part goes towards the toe. and then the less rounded part is on the inside. As I said, it doesn't matter if it's not exact because we can trim that up, and we are going to be putting ribbon on it as well. Okay, I'm going to do this bit. Now, I might not get time, we'll see how we go, but I might not get time to do all of the decorating elements. So if I don't get time to do all of the decorating elements, we'll just make sure that we get the main parts of the boot construction, or the stocking, Christmas stocking construction done, so that you can see how to put them together, and then you can decorate them then however you like. All right, so now I'm just going to grab my tape scissors, because these are my sticky ones. I'll turn that over, and I'm just going to trim that toe up a little bit. There and there. Okay, the heel part is okay. It does go over a little bit, but so I'll trim that up just a tad. Oh, I stuck that to my desk. That's okay. I've got a new protector. I haven't actually stuck this one on properly, but that's okay. And we'll just trim it up. It's all good. Trim, trim, trim. There we go. All right, now because we've stuck those over the holes, we're going to have to re-punch those holes so that we can thread our ribbon. So we're going to turn it over upside down and just line up the punch with the hole that we previously punched, and just punch it from the opposite side, just to punch those holes back through the toe and the heel parts that we've just placed on there. Oh, that was a hard one. There we go. We'll do the same with the heel. There we go. So we've got those all punched again. Okay, so do the same on this side. Just turn that over. There we go, and the heel. I have to say, on the weekend, Amber and I went and did a little bit of Christmas shopping. And the most fun part of the Christmas shopping, though, is buying for the kids. So we've got a couple of great niece, well, great niece and great nephew. And I love shopping for the little kids. It's so much fun. All right, there we go. Okay, so now at the top here, we are going to have a little label that we're going to add later, but I just wanted to show you how to do the lacing with the ribbon, and then what we're going to do at the top. That's when you can get to decorating the top part however you like. But we'll, I've got sticky fingers now. Hang on a sec. We'll just clear the deck here a little bit. Get rid of the sticky on my fingers. All right. Now, to construct the stocking, what I usually do is I usually put... Actually, I'm just having a look. Some of these holes are not lining up. Why is that? Maybe I didn't trace them well enough. some of them are not lining up. That's okay. If they're not lining up exactly, we can, it's possible. I know that my template did slip a couple of times, so that could be my fault. We can re-punch them as we go if we need to. These ones are just slightly off. These ones are okay, but these ones are slightly off. Oh, I think I didn't rub. I need to rub out a little bit more here around the circles. I know I said you don't necessarily need to because we're putting ribbon there, but I can actually still see pencil marks. So I'm going to just rub those out just to be sure, just in case that ribbon doesn't cover those, just over those pencil marks, sorry, over those holes. There we go. Okay. Now I normally put a little bit of tape just to hold those two pieces together before we start threading the ribbon. And there is a bit of a trick with the ribbon, just at the beginning. So I'll show that to you once I clean all of this off. All right. Just looking at my instructions because it's, as I said, it's been a while. So give me a sec. Okay. So we're just going to put 3 little pieces. Just make sure we've got that folded over. 3 little pieces of tape just to hold the 2 pieces together while we're threading the ribbon. But do not put anything across the top here because we need that to remain open. So basically we're going to put a little bit of tape. We'll put some down here at the toe because we're not likely to put any treats right down towards the toe. I'm going to put a little piece, actually, you know what, I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to put it in between the holes, just there. And I'm going to put another one over here between the holes. I might put another one up the top there. So that if it's going between the holes, it won't matter and it's not going to interfere with whatever we're stuffing in there. But it's just to hold it together while we are threading the ribbon, basically. So there we go. All right. So take those off. Take the backing off the tape. You might not want to use as much tape as that. You might want to just use a couple of pieces. Totally up to you. You might even want to just add some little dabs of glue in between where the holes are. That probably would have been a good idea too, because then you've got that wiggle room where you can line everything up. So I'm just going to lay that over the top. Line that up as best as I can. As I said, some of those holes are going to need re-punching. There we go. So that's kind of held together so that we can do our tape, do our ribbons. Now, which is the front? This is the front. That's not quite lined up there. So I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming. As I said, it was really hard to trace the pattern with that paper because it was so busy. It was hard to see the lines where I had traced it. So I'm just going to trim that up a little bit just to neaten that up so we don't see any of that the other side of the paper there. Probably would be hidden by the ribbon, but I don't want to sort of risk it. So just doing a little tidy before we start to thread our ribbon. There we go. Yeah, I think glue would have been a better idea so that I could have lined that up a little bit better, but that's okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to re-punch some of these holes that didn't line up when I put that together, and I'm doing that from the front so that I can make sure that I can get that ribbon through. Those ones are actually okay now. Those ones just need a little bit of repunching, so we'll just punch those again. I mean, the pattern possibly isn't 100% accurate either in terms of lining everything up once you put the two pieces together, because, you know, if you do wiggle things just ever so slightly, it's going to throw all the alignment off. There we go. That's actually not too bad now. Oh, what happened there in that one? I'll do that one again. And that one. Oh, I think it was this side that I was looking at before. Hang on. Let's get rid of these ones off here. They're a bit sticky. Where I punched out the gluey ones. Okay. Hey Fee, how you going? Hey Julie. Lovely to have you both here. Yes, we're making Christmas stockings from our DSP. And these are, I've got ones that I've been using for years. There we go. Oh, I dodged that one, but that's okay. Dodgy that one. All good. Just realigning some of these holes so we can make sure we get our ribbon through there. In fact, you know what would have been an idea? Is to just, maybe this is what I did before. I can't remember. It's been years since I made these. Another good idea would be to just mark the holes on the front piece, then adhere the back piece, and then just punch the holes through both pieces once they're adhered together. That would probably be a better way of doing it. And then that way you don't need to go back over and waste all this time re-punching the holes as I've done. But as I said, it's been years, so that's okay. You're learning from me doing it after so many years. Okay, all right. So we've got our heel and our toe on there. We've got our little scallop here. You know what? We could add a little bit of inking to our scallop to match it with the heel and the toe. So we might just do a little bit of that before we go any further. And I probably should have done that before adhering these, but that's okay. We can still do it because we've still got, these bits are still loose at the top because we haven't threaded the ribbon yet. So I'm just going to do that quickly. There we go. Yeah, that'll be better. We'll do the back. Might need a little bit more ink. These are just extra touches. Like, you don't have to do this extra inking if you don't want to. This is just to sort of age it a little bit and just define the edge of that scallop a little bit as well, like we did with the heel and the toe of the stocking. There we go. We've ended up with two holes up here. That's okay. We're going to put ribbon there, so it's all good. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now that matches in better with the heel and the toe. All right, now ribbon time. So I am using some of the gold ribbon from the silver and gold trim combo pack, and there's the code there if you're looking for that. I think my camera has dropped again, so let me just readjust that. Oh, it's so annoying. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I've got everything tightened up so tight I can't tighten things any tighter than what it is, but it's actually falling all the way down. I need something tall to prop it up. I wonder if my light would hold it. No, probably not. It's going to pull my light down with it. Let me just see. Bear with me 2 secs. I've got an idea here to hold this up. but it might bump the camera for a minute. So just bear with me one moment. I'll turn it around that way, see if that holds it. That might hold it a bit better. I'll do that up really tight. All right, let's see if that works. I'm just not sure at which point it's dropping. I think it's at the very end, but it could be any of these points. I've got 4 different points that it could be dropping from, or 5 actually. Sorry about the angle there, everybody. Let's just fix that up. How's that now? Well, that's a wonky angle. Is that better? Is that better? You got to see a little bit more of my Winnie the Pooh shirt just then. How's that? Is that better? That's a bit better. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Now, with the ribbon, we need, okay, so that's the ribbon that we're using. So this is, it comes with a spool of gold and silver in the pack. I'm using the gold today to match with my beautiful papers. There's the code if you're looking for this ribbon. Now, with the ribbon, we need to start, this piece is 60 inches or 152 centimeters long. That's how much you're going to need to thread the ribbon. Now when you start it, you need to have 16 inches at the end, so that's 40.6 centimeters. So I've got my inches ruler here, so we need to have 16 inches or 40.6 centimeters. Let's go the inches. 16 inches is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, there we go, to there. All right, so we need that much at the end as we're threading it. So the best thing to do is to thread this first. We are going to start with, let me just see which way I started it with this one. Which way did I start? That's a very good question. Very good question. I can't undo the bow because it's all tied up. I think I started with that through here. I'm trying to mark this here with my finger. I wonder, do you reckon I could put, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to thread this through. Hang on, I'm going to have to thread it through and then I'm going to have to measure. Okay, so we need 16 inches out this side. So let's do that again. So I've just threaded it through to 12. Do you know what? After I do this, I'm going to be like, oh, that's how I did it. And it's been years since I've made these. All right, 16 inches. Okay, so that's my 16 inches. And then the rest we can use to thread. Now I'm going to turn this over up the wrong way. Whoops, hang on a minute. Getting everything tangled here. Let's move that out of the way. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going to turn it over and thread from this side. Now what you can do, depending on your ribbon that you're using, and I have used some that is a little bit thicker, you can fold it in half and to just thread it through, or if it's starting to fray, you can put a little bit of tape on the end of the ribbon. Okay, now that 16 inches on that end is really important because we need that for the embellishing at the end. So make sure that you do have that. And you're just going to basically thread it through, making sure that it doesn't twist on itself. There we go. Now this ribbon is, it's not double-sided ribbon because we've got a white center on one side, but it's fully gold on the other. I'm threading it so that we're just seeing just the gold side. If you had an embroidery needle, you could also thread your ribbon onto a large embroidery needle and use that to help thread this, so that would make it easier. I didn't think to look in my sewing box to see if I had one, so I'm just using my fingers, but there are probably many other easier ways to do this. Oh, Rose says, I think we should have had this project in July. Oh, to give you time to make it. Yeah, it is a little bit fiddly. And if you're making more than one, yes. I know. It's something I just thought of the other day, and I thought, oh, I should just show everybody how to make these. And also, too, if you've got a lot of designer series paper left over, it's a great project to use up some of that designer series paper, that Christmas paper. I've actually still got some of the original paper that I used to make my original ones. Maybe I'll have to show this again next year, Rose, earlier in the year. Because I guess, yeah, December is a little bit of a busy month, isn't it, for everybody? So some of you may not have time to do a project like this, but you could always make them in the Christmas holidays, have them ready for next year. Now, the thicker the ribbon that you use, the more of that hole is going to be covered up. So you'll notice that this ribbon here, this one was a wider ribbon that I used, and you just need to sort of scrunch it over to get it through the holes because the holes are quite small. But it does, see how it fills the edge of the stocking a little bit more, whereas this one's a finer ribbon, so it doesn't sort of bulk it out as much. Yes, please, Rose said. You want me to show it again next year? I'll have to remember. Or maybe we can just, I can share a replay of this video. That might be an idea too. I'll remind you that it's there. I'll remind everybody and replay it. How are we going for time? 5:30, okay. I haven't got much longer. I might not get the decorating done today of this, but what I will do is if I run out of time to do the decorating, I will get that done for you, and then I'll post a photo and I'll put it in my blog as well so that you can see how to decorate it, or how I decorated this one anyway. So is anybody else doing their doing some crafting today? Maybe you're finishing off your Christmas craft or doing some other craft. What are you all up to today while you're watching? I know that Athena is still working in the background, working and listening. What's everybody else doing? I think it's just about cup of tea time, but do you know what? Right now I feel really hot. This is heating me up. Oh, wait, I've gone the wrong way. Hang on. I've nearly laced that the wrong way. I've got to come from behind. So you can either come from behind or go from the front, depending on which way you prefer to do it. But you've got to make sure that you keep going the same direction each time. And I nearly just changed the direction, and that would have mucked it up. Would have had to pull that out and start again. So coming from behind. I love this gold ribbon, and it just gives such a beautiful detail on this stocking as well. It coordinates so beautifully with the gold in the designer series paper. It's making sure that ribbon's not twisting on itself. You've got to make sure that it doesn't twist, because otherwise it can, if it twists, it looks really messy, and then you have to go back and pull it all out again and get back to the point where it twisted. So you just got to make sure you keep checking it. That's why I keep flipping it over each time, just to make sure that it's staying nice and flat. So it does take a little bit of time to do it. I forgot how much time they actually took. I think the last one of these I made was probably, I don't know, I want to say like 4 years ago. Probably 4 years. Oh, no, it would be longer than that because we've had, well, we all know what 2020 was. So it would be 5 or 6 years ago. Oops, hang on, that's starting to twist there. Let's make sure that comes back over. Yeah, it would be 5 or 6 years since I made the last one of these. So, yeah, it's been a while. And the ones I made previous to that one were many years before that because it was, the original ones were before I was even with Stampin' Up. So, yeah. But they last, like if you look after them, as I do, like I stuff them with tissue paper to keep their shape, and then I store them in a box, and I make sure that nothing crushes them. Then they will last you for years, and you can just keep reusing them, as I do with my family. Oh, that one's twisting. Here we go. Just realised I turned it over back to the front and turned it up the right way. So is anyone else crafting today? Everyone's been very quiet. Are you all too busy with your craft to talk to me? All concentrating. We're all concentrating on our projects. Is that what's happening? No twisting ribbon. It's trying to twist. It's like, I've had enough of threading through all of these holes. Look, I'm back to the front side now, and now I'm going, I can go the other direction. No crafting today for you, Fee? No, being a busy beaver, doing other things. Okay, so I flipped over back to the front. I'm working from the front now, so I'm actually doing it in reverse. So I'm going from the front through to the back. You'll notice that I've just switched which way I'm doing it. Just because I'm getting close to the top now, and I need to just watch how that's coming through. All right. So we're going to go through there. I hope I've left enough. And then through there. Whoop, my end is getting a little bit frayed. I probably need to trim that up. Okay, now, so when you get to there, then what we're going to do is this piece is going to come across to the other side, and then this is where we're going to tie our bow over here. Now, I don't want to tie that off just yet because I'm going to make a little tag and slide the little tag on there like that before I adhere that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that piece, that end piece, and go back through that hole, bring that through to the back, and then I'll tie those two pieces together to make a bow like that. And then on the bow you can add your embellishments. Okay, and then if you want to add any more embellishments to the front, you can add them there. You can add them to the front here. You can slip them in under there if you want to, or you can put them on the front there to cover up those two sewn holes there, because we don't use those two holes there. In fact, I probably shouldn't have even punched those really. I probably should omit those from the template. But you could actually tie a little bow through those. So see how, oh, I have actually done that on here. I was thinking I had stuck this on over the top, but I just realized, no, I've actually threaded it through those holes. So we could do that. Let's take a little bit of extra gold ribbon, and probably easier to do this before sewing these sides down. Well, actually, you know what, we can loosen these two off at the top here so that we can lift this up and get our ribbon under there. I forgot about these two holes here. You can just, if you want to, you can just adhere a bow to the front to do this part. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I'll just cut a length. I'll just cut a length of ribbon, thread that from behind. And we can tie our little bow on there. Now this time with the ribbon, because this is different on the front to the back, I might have the opposite side of the ribbon showing, but that's okay. In fact, if I tie that, if I turn that up the other way, let's see which way I can do it. If I loop it this way and then loop that way, is that going to give me the same side of the ribbon? Oops, that just loosened off as I did that. Oh yeah, that might work. That seemed to work. Now we've got the gold ribbon there. There we go. So then we've got the gold bow on the front. You can make that bow as big or as small as you want to there on the front. I would possibly put a little glue dot under there just to hold that in place. And then you can trim the ends up if you want to have them long and flowy, although this end bit here on the side is going to be long and flowy. And then we'll tighten these ones back up by pulling that back through, and then that's ready to take over to that side. Have our label attached there to the top like this one, and then we're going to take that end. After we attach our label, it's going to go through that hole. I'll just show you what it's going to look like because I'm going to have to finish up because I've got to get to my other meeting. Going to have to go through there. Then you're going to tie these two up here on the side, like that. And you're going to create your large bow here on the side. And then on your dangly bits, you probably won't have it that big. Then on these dangly bits, so these ones I am actually going to cut shorter, this one. I'll make this bow a bit smaller here. That's my snips. Snippy, snip, snip. No, we might take that. I might even cut that a bit shorter. I actually want to go that way. Take that at the other angle. I just cut that at the wrong angle. That's okay. So we've got that bow there. And then on these long bits that are here, these tails, this is where we're going to add our little tags. But I'm going to create them and add them later. I just wanted to show you the main construction of the stocking, and then we'll slip our little our little embellishment tags on there. Oh, in fact, you know what? I've got one that I can do, because I've got one that's already pre-cut. I've got a couple of bells here, so we can put a couple of bells on there. These ones are die cut from the designer series paper, and I don't know if I want 1 or 2 on there. Do I want a big one or a small one? Might need to punch that hole just a little bit bigger than what the die cut it. Don't know if I want 1 or 2 on there. Can maybe put 2 on there. I'll punch the hole in that one too. Hey, Lena. Oh, that's okay. No worries. You can always go back and watch the replay. Yeah, I think I'll have those like that. I might just attach those with a little glue dot. I'll do this one quickly just so you can see how to do it, and then with the other ones I'll finish it off later, and I'll put the pictures up so that you can see, oh, wrong attachment, so that you can see what it looks like when it's finished. Just going to attach these 2 bells with a little glue dot. Just there like that. Whoops. Those there like that, so they're at a little bit of an angle to each other, and we're going to thread those on to the ribbon. Oh, wrong way. Now, when we're doing just a single item like this, I'm going to thread them from the front to the back so that they'll sit nicely on the ribbon. Now it's not going to work for me. Come on. There we go. And then once you get them placed at the length that you want, and depending on what this other tag is going to be, I'm going to trim that ribbon there a little bit. Sorry, I'm all fingers and thumbs now because I'm rushing. And then when you get that to, you can slide that up on the ribbon to wherever you want it to sit, and then I would tie it off. So say I want that one there, then I'll tie a little knot just so that they don't slide back off. And then you can trim up your ribbon however long. I won't do it right now because I might change it depending on the other tag. They're probably going to be way too long though. I'll probably just trim them up a little bit. But basically that's just how you do it. And then you can put an embellishment here. I'll probably add an embellishment here. I'll add a tag up here which I'll thread onto the ribbon. And to do that, I was going to use the Greetings of the Season dies. And I'm going to use this label to go on the end ribbon here. And then probably the oval, the large oval, I'm going to punch an extra hole in the other side, and I'm going to have that go across the top there. I've just got, or I might use this smaller tag on here with a Christmas sentiment, and then this larger tag here, I'll punch an additional hole and have that one up there. That one might fit better actually. So yeah, but you can decorate them in all different ways, but at least you've seen the basic construction of them. But yeah, when you're threading your ribbon, make sure you start from the left-hand side and thread it down that way so that you can bring, once you've finished, you can bring that extra piece of ribbon over and across the front to tie off on that side. Okay, so there you go. The bells do go really well, don't they, Fee? Yeah, and if you want to, you can put a little, if you want that to sit really nicely, and I think I've done that with some of the, yeah, I've done it with this one. Just put a little bit of tape or a little bit of a glue dot on the back of the ribbon to attach it to the tag, just to kind of hold that sitting there nicely. Once I get that to the right length where I want to have it, depending on what I put on this one, I'll probably do that. I'll just put a little glue dot at the back there just to hold that ribbon in place so that it doesn't sort of stick out all funny, because otherwise it's going to sit weird. But anyway, there you go. So there you go. So now we've got these ones here. As I said, these ones were made many years ago before I was with Stampin' Up, so they are not Stampin' Up products. This one uses Stampin' Up products that I've used today, all current. We've got the red one, and then this other red one. This one does use retired Stampin' Up products. This is one I made years ago, a few years ago. So there you go. And then these ones have all got tissue paper stuffed inside them, as I said, to puff it out. So we can do that with this one as well. I'll just put my hand in there. I'll take some of this out of here. Oh, I've got it shoved right down to the toe. But I'll just show you so you can see how it will look when it's got something inside of it. Can't quite get that all the way down while I'm rushing, but yeah, when you manipulate that and get that tissue paper in the right, you know, the right spot, you'll see there that, yeah, it looks really cool. Just needs to be puffed out a bit down near the toe. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. What did you think? Did you like that? I'll quickly turn the camera up face to face, and I will finish decorating it, as I said, and I'll show you the pictures of that when I get that done. But for the moment, I'm just going to tip the camera back up. Because I've got to get to another meeting. In fact, it's in another group, and it's an end of year Christmas celebration with one of the groups that I'm in. There we go. Oh, I feel all hot and sweaty now. I'm a bit shiny, shiny. There you go. So I hope that you all enjoyed that, that little project. Something a little bit different, but super cute, and a different way of using your designer series paper. See, that's going to keep turning, so I need to attach that ribbon to the little bells. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will finish that off and I'll put the pictures up. So there you go. Now I am going on leave after this Friday for a couple of weeks. I'm going to have a little bit of time off over the Christmas New Year period. So I will be back on, I think it's the 5th, 6th or 7th of January. I can't remember the actual date that I'm coming back. But the new catalogue, the new mini catalogue, which I forgot to mention today, it will launch on the 7th of January. Those of you who are my customers and have shopped with me in at least the last 6 months, I've already ordered your copies for you. They should be turning up very, very soon. Please let me know if they don't turn up by the 7th of January when the catalogue goes live, so that I can follow that up for you. If you're unsure if I have ordered one for you, please get in contact with me and just let me know that you would like a copy. I can double check if I've ordered one for you, and if I haven't, I can order those for you. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia, and you'd like a copy of those new catalogs that are coming out, then please let me know and I'd love to get them out to you. Celebration is also starting on the 7th of February. So be sure to look out for, 7th of January, 7th of January. It's starting and it runs till the end of February, and you can earn free products during Celebration, which is super exciting, but I will tell you more about that in January. I will be back on board when the catalogs launch, so I'll be back around that time. So, oh, thank you. Yes, my little koala, this side, my little koala on his little candy cane, my little Aussie Christmas brooch, very, very cute. And I triple broached today. Normally I only wear one, but I triple broached today, and I've got my earrings and I've got my headband, because I thought, It's my last time on before Christmas, so I thought I'm going to get dressed up all Christmassy. So I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas. I hope that you have a blessed time with your family and friends, and that, yeah, you just really enjoy the season. I hope that you all stay safe and have a great break. If you have some time off, have a great break. Those of you that are going away, travel safely, and I look forward to seeing you all again in the new year. Let me just catch up on a few of these comments that I may have missed. Let me just see. Oh yes, everyone's enjoying the project. Fantastic. That's really great. Great to hear it. Merry Christmas all to you as well, and thank you all for your wonderful greetings, your support over the year. I really appreciate your support, whether or not that is shopping with me or just watching, following me, commenting on my videos and my YouTube channel, following me on social media. I really, really appreciate all of your support. So thank you all. Have a great Christmas. I'll see you all in the new year, and stay safe and God bless. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting. Bye.